Well, welcome to Coffee with the Pastor. Glad you've joined me today. Hope you have your cup of coffee. And we're in Mark chapter 3, and we're just going to do a few verses today, verses 7 through 12. And the Bible in verse 12 says that Jesus withdrew with his disciples to the lake. That would be the Sea of Galilee. Understand in Hebrew, the word for a body of water is yam. And yam can mean an ocean, it can mean a sea, it can mean a lake, it could probably mean a pond. If it's a body of water, they called it yam. They didn't have a lot of different words for it. So when you hear the Sea of Galilee, think lake. It's just like a big lake. And it's a beautiful place. I love when we go to the Sea of Galilee, and I love taking a boat ride on the Sea of Galilee. And I love staying on the Sea of Galilee, especially when we get rooms where we overlook it. But that way, if you've not been there, you can imagine what it's like. And but it says Jesus withdrew with his disciples to the lake, and a large crowd from Galilee followed. Well, Jesus withdrew. Now he's in probably Capernaum. He's in the city, and great crowds are coming to see him. But it's causing problems. The Pharisees are there, and they're questioning everything about him, and they're plotting with the Herodians. So I don't know if Jesus is withdrawing because he doesn't want to get his ministry cut short because they're plotting against him, or it's not against Jesus just to kind of withdraw. When things get busy and everything, he seems to withdraw. The thing about it is the crowds are finding him. They're following him. And when you go to the Holy Land, you see like where the Sermon on the Mount took place, where you see where he fed the thousands. It's away from any city. He goes out into the hills. He goes out there on the seas, on the shore there to the Sea of Galilee and all. But in verse 8 it says, when they heard all he was doing, many people came to him. And this is where all they're coming from Judea, Jerusalem, Idumea, and the regions across the Jordan and around Tyre and Sidon. They're coming from everywhere. They're coming from Jerusalem. That's several days' walk. They're coming from some across the Jordan. That would be Gentile area. He had Gentiles. They're coming in the masses to hear him. They're going way out to hear him. And they're following him. I don't think that they're following him right now because they know who he is or believe what he is, but they're curious. His teaching is wonderful. They're seeing miracles. And so there's a great crowd following wherever he goes. In verse 9 it says, because of the crowd, he told his disciples to have a small boat ready for him to keep the people from crowding him. Jesus said, I need to be able to make a quick getaway. So he had a boat. For he had healed many, so that those with diseases were pushing forward to touch him. So he was healing. People were getting close to him. They were pushing in on him. And there's another thing happens besides the healing, besides the pushing in on him. I mean, people are just, trying to get at Jesus, and it could even be dangerous. But in verse 11 it says, whenever the evil spirits saw him, they fell down before him and cried out, you are the Son of God. I find it interesting that the evil spirits recognized Jesus being the Son of God before any of the religious leaders. Religious leaders basically don't. Even before his disciples. I just find it interesting. But he gave them strict orders not to tell who he was. One of the things that he told the evil spirits is, don't tell people who I am. Now, why would he tell them that? Well, first of all, it wasn't his time. He wasn't ready to reveal who he was. He was going to do that in his own time. Time wasn't right. But I think another reason is these aren't the preachers he wants telling. I don't think he wants evil spirits as the one telling that he's the Son of God. He doesn't want demons breaking the news to the people. He wants to do it, and he wants his disciples to do it. He wants us to do it. He doesn't want demons to do it. And so he tells them to be quiet. I hope today that you will be a follower of Jesus. You'll follow him anywhere he goes. If he takes you way out somewhere, you'll follow him. And I hope that you don't go just as a curiosity seeker. I hope you go as a disciple. Someone who wants to learn from Jesus. Someone who wants to experience Jesus. Someone who wants to emulate Jesus. And tomorrow we're going to talk about the disciples. He's going to pick his disciples tomorrow. And we're going to talk about that. And that's something I hope that all of us could be, is his true disciple. You'll be his disciple today, wherever you go. Well, you have a blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow.